Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports, starting off Public Media M1's foreign language news hour. I'm Árpád Szőci with the latest from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Thanks for tuning in. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban said that the government will accelerate and strengthen efforts to develop the country. He made the comment at his first international press conference of the year in Budapest. He answered questions from domestic and foreign reporters for 2.5 hours on a wide range of subjects. The PM said wages will continue to rise, the country's economy will get ever closer to the average of the European Union if all goes well, and that next year women with a minimum of 3 children will be exempted from paying income tax.
Almost the entire Balassagyarmat hospital was renovated recently. The developments also improve patients' comfort, the medical director of the institution claimed. The government would like to achieve the same results in all of the country's healthcare institutions. The Prime Minister said that the moment has come to renovate the areas where patients spend the most time, and that this will have priority over all other development projects. The Prime Minister also announced that he entrusted the minister to end hospitals' accumulation of debt. No hospital will be allowed to amass any kind of debt in 2020, Viktor Orban said. Wage increases, just like developments and family support, are made possible by good economic performance. Regarding the latter, the Prime Minister announced that there will be a new family protection action plan and that he wants the personal income tax exemption to be expanded. Next year, I'd like to launch the benefit that we made available to mothers of 4 children last year to also include mothers of 3 children, the Prime Minister said. There will also be a new economic protection action plan, the PM emphasized, arguing that that would be the only way to guarantee that the Hungarian economy's momentum be preserved. The government's goal is that Hungarian GDP growth surpass the EU's average growth by at least 2 percentage points over the next few years.
Hungary is increasing the number of troops and police patrolling the country's southern border because of increased pressure from migrants. That's what Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban announced. He said that if the situation continues to deteriorate, then perhaps the V4 countries of Hungary, Poland, the Czech Republic and Slovakia will all take part in border protection. He also predicted that tensions will continue in the EU between pro-migration parties and those against. He said the Hungarian government does not want to solve its demographic problems by bringing in migrants. The Hungarian government has also finalized its energy and climate protection strategy for the rest of the decade. It will announce details on Friday. Hungarian PM Viktor Orban said that, among other things, there will only be electric buses in the larger cities within the next few years, that plastic refuge will be cleared from all rivers, and that they will close down all illegal landfills. Plans are also for Hungary to be 90% carbon emission-free if the new nuclear reactors at Paks are completed and more solar energy is made available.
Tons of waste comes into Hungary through the Tisza River. The water needs to be cleansed continuously. Since last fall, they've been using Hungarian technology along the border. Cameras monitor the river. If they register any garbage, then devices set up on both coasts immediately sound an alarm to collect the refuse. Soon, similar cleaning systems will be set up in other places too. Litter will also be removed from forests and from alongside roads. All illegal landfills in Hungary will be eliminated within 2 years. Gradually, this scene will cease to exist as well. Only electric buses will be allowed to be placed in urban transport from 2022 on. Viktor Orban announced that with the new plans, they are thinking ahead long-term for decades, in fact. By 2030, we will make 90% of electricity production carbon neutral. This means that the energy system of Hungary will be modified, so the majority of electrical power will be provided by the Paks nuclear power plant. And the other biggest source will be solar energy, the Prime Minister said. The head of government also talked about Hungary already being in the forefront of climate protection among European countries. The economy of Hungary was able to grow while reducing carbon emission at the same time. Hungary is ahead of Germany, Austria, and the Netherlands in the ranking list. The Prime Minister noted that Hungary is at a safe place. The head of government emphasized that it is possible for Hungary to be completely climate neutral by 2050.
Hungarian armed forces stationed in Iraq are so far safe, despite the ongoing tension between the United States and Iran in the region. That's what the commander of the Hungarian contingent said after Iranian missiles had hit American military bases on Tuesday in Erbil, near the Hungarian military base. The Hungarian military has the option of hiding in bunkers, as well as wearing protective gear. He said they are ready for anything. The Iraqi government has so far not asked them to leave, in contrast to the Americans who were asked to leave. But if necessary, they are ready to be evacuated at a moment's notice.
The commander of the Hungarian soldiers stationed in Iraq briefed the Minister of Defense, Tibor Benkő, via video call. Lieutenant Colonel Sándor Farkas reported that they are prepared for all emergencies. Tibor Benkő said that they are continuously observing events ongoing in the area of operations and what they may expect, since the safety of our soldiers is of the utmost priority. The Minister of Defense later informed the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Law Enforcement about the situation of the Hungarian contingent in Iraq. Tamás Harangozó, an MP of the Hungarian Socialist Party, reported that they received a thorough summary about the soldiers and their possible evacuation plans from the minister.
A honvédség vezetői arról meggyőztek legalábbis engem.
The Minister of Defense convinced me at least that the necessary preparations for a possible pullout or evacuation of Hungarian soldiers and Hungarian people living there, if necessary, have been made and that they are ready, he said. The president of the Parliamentary Committee on Defense and Law Enforcement, Lajos Kósa, said that even after the attack at dawn on Wednesday, international commitments haven't changed, and until they do, Hungarian soldiers will continue carrying out their tasks. Viktor Orban also announced that Péter Szijjártó will be participating in the European Union's Foreign Affairs Ministers' Summit in Brussels on Friday, where they will work on creating a joint European viewpoint on the Iraqi and Irani situation.
One common custom among European Christians at Easter is watching or even being involved in the Passion Play, which tells the suffering and death of Jesus. This year, Hungary is going big on it with a very special rendition of it. Up to now, the largest production was in Oberammergau in Germany, which has shown it since 1634. But the new production in Budapest will go one step further, making it the biggest production of all time.
Mit indít meg bennem, ha megindít?
They are looking for volunteer participants for the biggest passion play of Europe. Anyone can get in the role and in the right costume to be the lady from Jerusalem, the Roman soldier, or an aristocrat. There are many who have taken part in nativity play for years. They are getting ready for the biggest community performance ever, which will be in April, 1 week ahead of Easter. They want to include 2,020 volunteer participants in the play to present the Passion of Christ in the Pap László Budapest Sport Arena. One-of-a-kind visuals are being made for the premiere. The 70-minute-long performance will be held in the middle of the arena, completely filling up that part. In the 2020 version of The Passion of Christ, playing alongside the main character, Jesus is a young university student who goes his own way and faces the fundamental questions posed by the suffering and death of Jesus. The production is sponsored by Családbarát Ország, a non-profit organization. Our ancestors have been putting the play on for hundreds of years at Easter. It brought them together, it strengthened the family and small traditional community cohesion. Why couldn't it be done in our time too? The main organizers said. The monumental Passion Play is the pre-event of the International Eucharistic Congress. The production, with 2,020 volunteer participants, will be publicly shown 2 times on April 4th.
Love padlocks have been systematically placed on a fence in a street in the southern city of Pécs. An adjacent fence is now also being used. It's so popular. The padlocks have various colors, shapes, and sizes. This already started back in 2013 in another part of the city, and now the tradition continues. And in the northern Hungarian town of Szilvásvárad is its most popular tourist draw, the Fatyol Waterfall in the Szalajka Valley. It's 17 meters high and can be reached by bike, car, or by foot. In fact, it's a great family outing any time of the year and ideal for hiking, too. And that's all for now. But don't forget, you can catch Hungary Reports every night after the 11 p.m. news and online as always. Please stick around now, if you can, for our new shows in German, Russian, and Chinese. Thanks very much for watching, and viszontlátásra!